welcome back to my channel. And yeah, man, this is my first fragrance review for the year 2022.
Excuse me?
Yo, Aileen, I am looking at a fragrance house that mainly focuses on dupes or generic perfumes, and this is none other than Ford. Today's fragrance we'll be looking at OPM-F, which is the pink #1 fragrance, and this fragrance is said to be a dupe for Black Opium by YSL. So let's look into it. I'm first gonna start off with the packaging. In terms of the packaging, it comes in a box, right? And I appreciate that it comes in a box. At least there's some kind of care or initiative taken in terms of maybe protecting what's inside, which is a glass bottle. It is pink in shade. One thing that I really appreciate about them is that usually when fragrances focus on dupes or generics, because their main priority is bringing affordable fragrances, they don't take that much thinking around how a bottle should look or anything like that. What's important is getting the juice to you. But in terms of Ford, I love what they did, because with most of their fragrances, they are color coded. So that is one thing that I really appreciate. So you guys can see that it is branded at the front and also here at the back. Really see it, but it actually tells you which fragrance it is. There's the glass bottle, as you guys can see, and it has a pretty decent atomizer. And what I also loved was this cap. You know, they paid attention to detail. They really thought out their packaging, because with a cap, it's a plastic cap, yes, but you guys can see that it's actually embossed with the Ford logo, and I really appreciated that, you know. And they really thought about their packaging, and they wanted to bring something extra special to their clients. Hence, it's also personalized in a way with this embossed caps which have their logo. So in terms of the juice inside, right, this fragrance is originally said to have hints of orange blossom, vanilla, floral pear, and of course your aromatic coffee. The coffee and the vanilla note in this fragrance is heavily present, and I feel like this is what actually contributes to this fragrance being so pungent. Like, really, man, a small amount with this fragrance goes a long way. You just need like a few spritz, like 1, 2, 3, you're okay. Or even 2. You don't need a lot, because even if you do apply a lot, it can tend to be overwhelming to people around you, especially if you're going to be in close proximity with other people. You honestly do not want to overspray it, you know. Just 2 nyana, 3 nyana, you're okay. And I also love the fact that with just those 2, like, you can get around 6 to 7 hours of it still just playing out on your skin and on your body. People can still pick it up, or I could still pick up the fragrance after 5-6 hours, and I really loved that. And you know, if you're like one of those girlies with really bad or overwhelming body odor, I feel like this is a really good fragrance, because what it will do is it will mask maybe those bad odors, because of how pungent and how strong it is actually. So yeah, look into getting this fragrance if you are somebody with maybe a problematic body odor. I also love that the vanilla is present throughout all the phases of this fragrance. Like, for me, no matter if it's within the first hour or even towards the maybe last hour of this fragrance, I could always pick up on the vanilla. Even if it's subtle, it's there. I can still say, oh no man, I can feel that there's a vanilla note in here. You know, obviously it's mixed with something else, but then you can still tell that there's vanilla. It might not be the only note, it's mixed up with something, but there is vanilla, and I really love that. If somebody would walk up to me and ask me to describe this fragrance, I'd tell them that this is a powerful, sweet, but yet delicately spicy scent. And even with the spiciness of the fragrance, it's not one that really overpowers you. It's just there, you know, it's lightly there, it's lightly sprinkled, and that's how I would really describe it to a person. I think the only maybe downside to me testing out this fragrance was the fact that I tested it out during your spring and summer, and when I wore it, it was overly sweet. You know, it was very sweet, and I feel like because of how overly sweet it was, it's not really suitable for your warm weather. I would much rather like to see a person wear it during your winter or your autumn. It would wear really well during your cold seasons or your cold weather. Even maybe if it is I think it would still even wear well in the evening, provided that it's not really you don't really live in a humid or warm climate, because sometimes I'd say in the evening, but you find that the climate in your area is warm and humid, it still won't work well. So you can still wear it at night, given that the weather is a bit cooler. You know, this is definitely something for cool weather. And I'm not saying that I didn't get compliments. I did get like, this fragrance is a compliment getter. People will notice that you smell good. There's no way you wear this and not get compliments. I've gotten compliments every time I've worn this bottle, and I loved the fact that even when I handed my mom the bottle and she wore it, people would actually compliment her. And I feel like the compliments from their side was coming from a sense of saying, wow, because my mom is a woman of a particular age, so they'd be like, she really has taste for somebody her age. You get what I'm saying? Because I think for people in my mom's age group, they would expect them to go a different route in terms of how they would like to smell. But this really wore well on my mom, and she still garnered all those compliments, and I really love that for her, and I really loved it for this fragrance as well. So like I mentioned, it's a very pungent fragrance, so you already know the longevity here, and even the projection is amazing. Like, this fragrance pushes outwards, and it is still there around the 5-hour mark, the 6-hour mark, you know, and that is a good thing, because with this size, I don't know, lately there's just this obsession of miniature bags, and you might not be able to fit it if you like one of those girlies who really enjoy having their miniature bags. So because it's a 50 ml, it might be too big, but the fact that you can put it on in the morning, and even after 6 hours you would still maybe pick up the fragrance, is a good thing. So I feel like then it makes up for the fact that it is a big bottle, you know. So yeah, I should maybe caution you, however, that the juice inside this fragrance tends to stain. So if you're somebody who is going to wear something white and you like applying your fragrances on your clothes, rather not with this fragrance. Rather apply it on your skin, because if it is on white clothing or white garments, it is actually gonna stain it. So spray it on your clothes. If you're wearing dark colors, it won't stain them at all. It only stained my white clothes, but with my other colors it did not stain them. So be cautious of that. Otherwise, guys, this is maybe my whole experience with this fragrance and maybe how I received it or my own interpretation of it. And yeah, this fragrance is available on the Arthur Ford website, and you can also get a agent who sells it. I'll put a link to their website and maybe a list somewhere here of, I don't know, somewhere here where else you can find your physical stores, your brick and mortar Arthur Ford stores. And I also know that Take a Lot also sells Arthur Ford fragrances, you know, but I think they're a lot more pricier on Take a Lot. I'm not sure. You guys can check that out. So yeah, man, this is it. What I also noticed is that they give free shipping. I think when you buy over 800 rand worth of fragrances or merchandise on the Arthur Ford website. So do check that out, guys. Thank you so much for watching up until the end. Love and light, guys. Mwah.